Hi there! Well, it's still November. We'll go ahead and move on to November 11th, 1634. Following pressure from Anglican Bishop John Atherton, the Irish House of Commons passes the Act for the punishment for the vice of burglary or buggery. 1640. Thomas Wentworth, the Earl of Strafford, is impeached by the House of Lords on evidence of John Pyme and imprisoned in the Tower of London, then later on executed. 1647, Massachusetts colony passes the first compulsory school attendance law in the American colonies that is still in effect today. 1648, the Dutch and French agree to divide St. Martin, Leeward Islands. 1671, Dutch States Generals forbids importation of the French wine. 1673, Second Battle of Khartoum, Ukraine. Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth forces, under the command of Jan Sobieski, defeated the Ottomans, and here Casimir's rockets were used. 1675, German mathematician Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz demonstrates the integral calculus to find the graph of y equals f and x function. 1688, Prince William of Orange's invasion fleet sails to England. We're on to November 12th, 1660. Puritan preacher John Bunyan is arrested and sentenced to jail over an unauthorized nonconformist preaching, wrote The Pilgrim's Progress while imprisoned. 1661, Robert Hooke is appointed curator of experiments to Royal Society. 1673, Dutch troops under William of Orange occupied the region known as Baden. 1682, Swedish King Charles XI established the absolute monarchy. November 13th, 1642, Battle of Turnham, Green outside London, King Charles I versus English Parliament forces. 1673, Christopher Wren is appointed architect for rebuilding St. Paul's Cathedral in London by Charles I. November 14th, 1666, Samuel Pepys reports on the first blood transfusion between dogs. 1675, Pope Clemens X declares the Gorsumades, or Gorchumse, martyrs divine. 1680, Gottfried Kirch discovers the great comet of that year. 1698, Spanish King Carlos appoints his grandson Prince Joseph Ferdinand as his heir. November 14th, 1660, kosher butcher Asser Levy is licensed in New Amsterdam. A kosher, I believe. Well, actually, the facts are in about kosher. It is a term used to describe Jewish meat, where Jews do not eat any ham. Meat is kosher is either lamb or any meat that is considered kosher in their culture. 1679, English House of Commons accept exclusion bill. Last of the forces for Grand Revolution start November 5th. November 16th, 1632, Battle of Lutzen, significant battle of the 30 Years' War that tore Europe apart. 770 and Saxon troops defeat the Austrians. It cost the life of King Gustavus Adolphus. 1669, French state funeral for Henrietta Maria, Princess of France, Charles I's widow, is in session with oration by Bishop Jacques Benin Bosset at Saint Denis, or Saint Denis, actually. 1676, the first colonial prison is organized in Nantucket, Massachusetts. 1677, the French troops occupy Freiburg after a siege that started November 9th. November 17th, 1636, Black Brazilian General Henrique Dias wins a decisive battle against the Dutch in Brazil. 1659, the Peace of Pyrenees is signed between France and Spain. 1695, Mustafa II becomes Sultan of the Ottoman Empire in Istanbul. His reign marked the first time Ottomans began losing territory. Now, moving on to November 18th, 1667, Treaty of Bongaha, King Hassan Uddin of Makassar and the Dutch East India Company sign an agreement between each other. 1686, Charles Francois Felix operates on King Louis XIV of France's anal fistula after practicing surgery on several peasants. November 19th, 1644, First Protestant Ministry Society in New England is created or formed. November 20th, 1637, Peter Minuit and the first Swedish immigrants to Delaware sail from Sweden. 1695, Zumbit, the last king of the Quilombo dos Palmares in early Brazil, an ex-slave, is executed and decapitated. His head is displayed on a pike as a show of no more resistance is to be tolerated. November 21st, 1654, Richard Johnson, a free black, is granted 550 acres in Virginia. 1695, Henry Purcell, possibly the greatest English composer, dies at 36. 1696, J. Van Brugge's Relapse for or Virtue in Danger premieres in London. That's all for now. And if Amber Heck is watching this, I am sorry we went to court. And I know what this means. I could be imprisoned. You have a good one. Bye.